Welcome everybody to today's Unique Vibrations Midday Show. I'm Donna Ferguson. I'm your host and your producer of the show, and today we're going to talk about self-empowerment. Now, I wanted to do this subject because I believe that self-empowerment is something that so many of us don't understand how we can create that in our being. And so it was really important for me to talk about that today. But I want to first of all thank you all for tuning in and watching wherever you are in the world today. I'm really grateful that you've taken some time out of your day to join us, and really much gratitude. And I feel so blessed that I'm able to share my message with you when by bringing you this show every week. So it's really a great thing for me to be able to do. I've been on a massive journey myself, and I really just want to share that with you. So don't forget that today, at the end of the show, we do have a free gift for you, and I think that you'll really love what we're going to offer you today. So stay tuned, and I look forward to passing that information on to you at the end of the show. But like I said, today is all about self-empowerment. So, a question that I have for you today is that, did you know that you have a 5-second window from the time that you create an idea into your mind and between that moment and when you actually action it? And before that actually kicks into a taking action step, your subconscious has the opportunity to jump in and sabotage you. So that's really interesting. And I did do some research on this topic and got lots of ideas. I was looking at some stuff from Mel Robbins, who actually did mention this. And, it's just amazing that, these people are sharing their information and their journey as well. So, if you're on this show today, please let me know. Throw me a heart or a wave or something, just so I know that you are here and that you tuned in. I'd love to know where you tuned in from. So please also, let us know where in the world you're from. So just excuse me, sorry. So, when you can understand that you can move from autopilot to choice maker, then, everything in your life can change. So that includes your confidence, it includes your courage, your self-empowerment, it includes, your intuition and how you make decisions and how you feel about making those decisions, and also your ability to make some really great decisions. So, it really sets you in a good place to be able to do that. So using that 5-second window, and I will read this information to you because this is part of what I researched, so it's not something I'm super familiar with, not the wording anyway. So using the 5-second window, counting down backwards from 5 to 1, you interrupt what we call your habitual loop. And that's in your brain, and it needs to be awakened for you to make some decisions, and some great decisions. So, that awakens your prefrontal cortex, and that's the part that has to be sort of awakened to make those decisions. So, making the decisions and changing those behaviors. So, like I said, you've got that 5-second window between having a thought and taking action and actually moving into whether you're going to do it or not before your self-sabotage steps in. So, many of you will speak of empowering other people and putting a lot of time and effort into, the others and into your support network, but you often forget. Hi, Krishna, lovely to have you here, my love. And we often forget to empower ourselves, and that's really great. If you had the courage to speak out, metaphorically speaking, and change your life forever, or say nothing, what would you choose to do? I'm sure once you know the tips and tricks about actually creating that decision-making process, and empowering yourself, then, you know, I know which way you would go. 9 times out of 10, you're absolutely going to go with changing your life. So, you know, that's fantastic. So, you know, just tips and goals of, you know, what you do and how you do that before your subconscious mind comes into play. And, you know, often it's about, you know, do I speak out? Do I make that choice and stand alone sometimes to do that? Or do I let fear overtake what I'm doing and, you know, forget to chase my dream, you know, follow my purpose? And that's all about empowering yourself. So it is really important that you do understand that making those decisions and overriding that fear can be done very easily and effortlessly. And, you know, again, going back to, you know, the fabulous thought of empowering others and supporting everyone else. But what about you? You know, do you ever feel that you just simply are doing it so much for everyone else that you actually forget about yourself and you don't take the time out? So, you know, what are your goals? What are your values? What's your knowledge? And, you know, your unique skills that you bring to the table every single day. And that's really worth so much more than you give yourself credit for. So start believing that, you know, the information that you have and the knowledge that you have, the skills that you have are important and they're all part of empowering you. So, you know, that's something that you need to take more control over and understand, you know, how you go about empowering yourself with that. You know, don't just fit in with others. Don't allow others to give you an opportunity to maybe drop your values for a moment just to be in their company, because often they're not going to be the people for you. You must understand that to empower yourself, sometimes the answer is no, rather than just doing things for the sake of it because you think that, you know, that's going to be the right decision. However, deep down you actually know that it's not right because you're losing part of you to take that step. So today I've got some ways that you can become more self-empowered. And, you know, I've got, there's about 8 or 9 here. So I wanted to share those with you because, you know, it's a massive, massive thing to be aware consciously of what you're doing. And, you know, the first one is about awareness. Be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of the people that you're connecting with. Be aware of the people that, you know, take your power away. Be aware of, you know, disengaging from stressful things rather than reacting to situations. You know, that's process is massive in being able to walk away or being able to determine that that's going to happen and taking yourself out of that picture before it does, especially if you don't feel like you're going to be in control of your reaction to that. Second one I've got for you today is let go of the past. You know, holding on to your past is, it disempowers you. It really does. You hold on to that and you're not releasing and living your true purpose and being your true self. So, you know, it creates grudges that you hold on to sometimes, in some cases, depending on the circumstances, but it also interferes with your own inner peace. And, you know, when you don't have your own inner peace, it's such a traumatic and judgmental life that you can lead because you're just not prepared to let go of things that are really past and that you have no control over. So, you know, why are you holding on to this? But remember that when you do that, forgiveness, that is a major part of being able to let go and move forward. Develop a new mindset. Your willingness to expand and grow, cultivate a mindset that has intention. You know, what are your current dominant thought processes? How do you come to decisions, make decisions? What are your habits? What is your belief system? You know, are they serving you in a positive manner or not? You know, by creating and cultivating and nurturing a new mindset and surrounding yourself with people in a positive situation, You know, you can take more control over the decisions that you're making instead of letting those decisions control where you're at in your life. And, you know, that's been a massive part of my journey as well. So, you know, a lot of people have things that they don't want to let go of. A lot of people don't understand how to develop that new mindset. But, you know, nobody does it on their own. So find yourself a coach or a mentor, because, you know, even the Richard Bransons, the Oprah Winfreys, they all have mentors and coaches that help them through situations. Nobody does it on their own. So understand that that's really massive. Nobody has done this journey on their own. They've all had somebody to help them and support them and assist them. Set your goals and know that your goals are going to be realistic but also going to stretch you. We don't want you to create goals that you're going to make every single day and that you're going to, you know, easily and effortlessly surpass what those goals are, because when you do, those goals are simply not going to create a new mindset or personal growth in your life. So make sure that you work through all of those things so that you can develop that mindset and understand, you know, when you go through a personal journey and you're growing and you're nurturing yourself and, you know, empowering yourself all the way through that, then that feeling that you've achieved something that you didn't think was impossible, but you just thought, what if I don't, or, you know, I can't, it's just a little bit bigger than I wanted it to be. What happens when you achieve that? Man, there is such a feeling and such a shift in your life that you're able to really create so much more for yourself. Be responsible. We spoke about this last week. You know, taking responsibility really empowers you. It gives you an opportunity to know exactly what you are responsible for in your life, taking that responsibility, owning it, and moving on. And you can do that guilt-free. Share your greatness. You know, when you do go on a journey and you really do create more in your life, it's really important to know that that greatness that you have achieved and learned and overcome will allow you to share great journeys and stories with people who will engage you into their community and allow you to share that. You know, that's, who knows, you can become a keynote speaker, you can do all sorts of things with that. But, you know, your greatness, start off just with little messages that you give to people. Start off with just the small things in life that you can just put a post up on Facebook or on social media somewhere. All these small little steps will actually start building a better you, and it will also create interest and intrigue by others. Always be truthful. I can't stress this one enough. Your honesty is your integrity. It's your values. It's your mission. It's your beliefs. So, you know, when you tell a lie, then you start to feel guilty. If you feel guilty, you can start to feel shameful. When you feel shameful, you can start to have less feelings of worthiness. So, you know, honesty is really the best policy. You just can't beat it. No matter what that means, if that means that somebody else walks away from you, then that's all well and good. It doesn't matter, because you know that your values and your integrity is going to continue to really let you be who you are and stand in your truth no matter what. And that gives you so much power as well. It's very empowering to be on that journey. Do your affirmations daily. We talked about this in one of our earlier shows as well. You know, your affirmations are so important. They empower you, whether you believe that they will or not. So, you know, things like, I am worthy, I'm responsible for the, my own happiness. You're not nobody else is responsible for that. It's you. So start telling yourself that I am the author of my own destiny. I'm confident. I am successful. I am, those affirmations that start with I am are so powerful. Really make it about you. Look at yourself in the mirror as you say them, because they will really lead you into a great place of confidence, which will then empower you. Believe in yourself, so important. Self-belief is everything, because if you believe you can, then you will. And if you believe you can't, then you won't. But either way, it's true. So what do you want? Do you want to believe in yourself and make it happen? Or do you want to believe that you can't and continue to stay on the same path? These are all really great weapons to have in your toolbox. I love that. And really unleash that inner empowerment, self-empowerment that you have. Create inner peace for yourself, and allow you to really move through life with some really great strategies in life to be able to move forward and really lead a life of success and create so much more for yourself. Nobody, as I said, does it on their own. So, everybody has a coach, everybody has a mentor, everybody has a go-to person where they've been able to ask questions and find out, or even just as a sounding board to create ideas. And sometimes those other people can come up with, a suggestion that actually really do allow you to create more. So, find somebody who can truly decode your blocks and remove those limitations for you so that you are able to literally take leaps and bounds and move forward. Transition and transform your life in a very short period and space of time once you start removing those limitations and those blocks. So start building your community of like-minded people. You will create that by being present when you talk to people, by being present when people are coming on board and making comments on anything that you do. Move away from the influences that don't empower you and don't allow you to be who you are, and find a way so that you never have to lower your values at any time so that somebody is impressed and will come on board with you. Because at the end of the day, I guarantee that person will create more issues for you than anything else. I want you to really be feeling confident, self-empowered, and taking action and moving forward and creating so much success in your life, no matter what it is that you do. And, empower all aspects of your life, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, because you do need to create an alignment of your energy that you project out there so that you are attracting the right people. So always stay true to yourself. I hope that you have thoroughly enjoyed this week's episode of Unique Vibrations Midday Show. As I said, I'm Donna Ferguson, the host and the producer of the show, and we tune in every Thursday at midday. I promised you a gift at the end of this show. There is a link to my free online mastermind class that we are holding on Thursday, the 5th of July. We will be holding that once a month. You can register with the link that I have popped into the description of this program today. And I also wanted to remind you all that we have this amazing experience coming up on the 27th of July. Seats are limited. Early bird offer ends in 2 days, 30th of June. If you want to come along, register today so that you don't miss out. Like I said, seats are very limited. They are starting to sell very, very fast. And, we want you to be there to experience unleashing your inner warrior princess so that you can be all and more to what you want to do. That event, that experience will be held in Brisbane, by the way, ladies. So, if you're watching this and you're from interstate, if you want to come up, that's perfectly fine. You can message me. I will send you the details so that you can register your room for the night if you want to stay. It is a full day experience, and it will be very empowering to you. And, you know, as I said, I'm very grateful for you being here today and listening and tuning in, whether you're listening to the replay or whether you're listening to it live. You know, much gratitude out to each and every one of you. Live an extraordinary life, not an ordinary life. So I look forward to seeing you next week. Thank you for stopping by, and we will see you then.